celebrate IHOP's 60th birthday with a sweet treat. You get a stack of 3 buttermilk pancakes for just 60 cents today.
And breakfast rival Denny's will bring back its 2-4-6-8 deal with meals starting at $2. They join McDonald's. IHOP has announced the return of its all-you-can-eat pancake offer for $5. It runs through September 15th.
You've probably ordered pancakes at IHOP or Denny's thinking you're getting a safe bet. But what if I told you those stacks aren't the pancakes you remember? Behind the griddle, fresh batter has quietly been swapped for sealed bags and frozen mixes. The result? Flatter, sweeter pancakes that taste more like boxed cake than breakfast. This isn't about nostalgia, it's about chains cutting corners at the cost of quality. And if they've compromised something as simple as breakfast, what else in our food and beyond is sliding under the radar? Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now back to the video. Imagine sitting down expecting warmth from a plate of pancakes, only to find the stack in front of you looks perfect in a way that feels unnatural. Every disc the same size, the same uniform shade of beige, and the same spongy texture that leaves no room for surprise. Instead of comfort, it feels more like product packaging placed onto a plate. That's what happens when the tradition of fresh batter and griddle time is quietly replaced by sealed pouches and frozen bags. What was once crafted at the stove now comes through a pipeline of standardization, meant to deliver speed and consistency, no matter what it costs in terms of taste. The transformation started gradually. Walk into a chain like IHOP or Denny's years ago, and the batter was mixed at the restaurant itself. Buttermilk, flour, eggs, and leavening combined to form batter that had variance from one cook to the next. Sometimes the pancakes leaned more tangy, sometimes more fluffy, and that imbalance was exactly what made them satisfying. Over time, corporate kitchens replaced fresh mixing with bulk bags shipped in from central facilities. Those bags are clipped open, poured into hoppers, and scooped out in exact measured portions. Add water, stir, and the mixture is done. What leaves the griddle is designed to look like pancakes you grew up with, but the taste tells a different story. That loss forces a new kind of reckoning because nostalgia still whispers that you're eating something real. People expect the comfort of buttermilk rising into gentle bubbles on a hot skillet, yet what they're given holds more in common with boxed cake mix pressed thin.
Coming to an American institution, IHOP is teasing a huge announcement next week, and pancake lovers are flipping out.
Dine here, and it is apparently the season of value meals, with 2 big chains throwing their hats into the ring.
They say they'll be changing their name to IHOB with a B, but aren't saying what the B stands for yet. My bet is on breakfast.
IHOP is one of the clearest examples. Their pancakes used to have layers of flavor with tang from cultured milk and a slight crisp edge that folded around soft interiors. Today, many describe them as too sweet and oddly elastic, with a tendency for the center to gum up instead of break apart cleanly. It's the difference between a ship welded by hand where each seam is examined versus one rushed together in a factory so every unit looks the same from a distance, but lacks the depth that ensures resilience under strain. IHOP's structural cracks have shown up in ways beyond just texture.
IHOP is capitalizing on a viral TikTok trend by unveiling its Luxe Dubai chocolate pancake.
Why are we putting golden flake Dubai pancakes in a
It's
like
just
a
everything's getting so
homemade-
bougie now, man.
Yeah.
I don't pancakes.
It just doesn't.
Doesn't
It's like
jive.
IHOP is a diner experience.
One high-profile location was shuttered after repeated sanitation failures, an event treated like a local scandal, but better understood as part of a deeper pattern. When systems favor shortcuts, the flaws begin to surface everywhere. Substitution of ingredients, reliance on additives meant to extend shelf life instead of improve flavor. Cost savings become more important than trust, and the customer never knows the details unless something forces attention.
Are a favorite way to start the day.
I love pancakes every morning because they're so good. When I'm really in the mood, I love to have some pancakes.
Tasting buttermilk pancakes, eating at 5 major chains, including IHOP, Denny's and Cracker Barrel. IHOP claims its pancakes are award-winning with authentic country flavor.
The IHOP pancakes look better than they tasted.
Denny's followed a similar path. Older diners recall when their pancakes held weight on a fork and had that slight savory tang that told you buttermilk had been poured into the bowl. In recent years, employees have spoken of mixes that lean less toward dairy and more towards stabilizers that make the batter easier to hold in storage and faster to prepare. The result is thinner, paler pancakes that never quite feel cooked through, even when they're browned on both sides. The stacks are consistent, but consistency here means flattening all individuality into a safe, bland middle.
Denny's pancakes tasted as if they came from a mix. So did ones from Country Kitchen. The best pancakes came from Cracker Barrel, tasted freshly prepared. But even with the best restaurants, Consumer Reports found it's better to order pancakes in the morning.
And frankly, they weren't as good.
As for the syrup, Cracker Barrel was the only restaurant where it contains real maple.
Cracker Barrel once held an image of a Southern breakfast crafted with the care of home kitchens. Their pancakes used to stand out for the sharp bite of real buttermilk and the tiny crackle across the surface that came from a skillet kept at the right heat. Those cues are now largely gone. What used to carry personality from kitchen to table instead feels manufactured for efficiency. The flavor is milder, the texture softer, and the plate relies on add-ons like syrup, butter, or fruit to disguise the absence of character. The broader story ties these chains together. Efficiency and scale reward predictability. Appearance starts to matter more than depth. A surface that seems familiar hides the corners cut underneath. Pancakes begin to rely more on sweet toppings and whipped extras to look indulgent, not on batter that can stand on its own strength. That's the same way large systems sometimes prop up weakness with uniforms or graphics while the core quietly erodes. So the real question isn't only about breakfast. If something so small can be sacrificed in the name of speed, what happens when compromises of the same kind scale up? A pancake might look harmless, but the lesson it carries hints at readiness and resilience, or the lack of it. Across 8 major chains, pancakes now show what happens when speed replaces care. On the surface, a neat stack looks fine, but only close inspection reveals the loss. Less flavor, less texture, less strength in the product itself. That same logic appears elsewhere. Just as a diner should question what sits on their plate, analysts must question what sits behind claims of readiness built on uniformity instead of craft. Small details matter. Whether in a breakfast batter or a critical machine, quality ignored today becomes weakness tomorrow. A pancake or a bolt, both can fail when pressure finally arrives.